KTN News, Nairobi.
The Stop Ruto campaigns in Mount Kenya region now seem to be gaining momentum each passing day ahead of the 2022 polls. A majority of former politicians from the region have been scheming how to neutralize the popularity of Deputy President William Ruto. Now, as that happens, they continue to scheme, as we've heard there. The Mount Kenya regions have been holding secret talks, the leaders from that region, as well as recruiting anti-Ruto campaign soldiers from the grassroots level. Well, this strategy, the question is, will it work for or against the deputy president? Our senior political affairs reporter Chris Tairu has more on that on our weekly segment House of Cards.
As President Uhuru Kenyatta's succession race intensifies ahead of the 2022 polls, Deputy President William Ruto, who is the only seasoned politician who has declared his interest to succeed his boss, continues to face obstacles that might block him from ascending to the presidency. The rebellion has started in Mount Kenya region, a region he last expected to rebel against him, given that he has supported President Uhuru Kenyatta twice to clinch the presidency. And after former Jubilee Vice Chairman David Murathe took the first bold step to denounce Ruto,
a lot of people who are wondering if they can behave the way he's behaving when he's number 2, they are worried how he would behave if then he ascends to number 1. How has he been behaving? There are so many issues of corruption and whatever which follow him all over.
Other politicians from the region, and especially those who believe the deputy president was behind the election defeats in the 2017 elections, have followed suit, openly spreading the anti-Ruto campaign.
I consider Ruto unsuitable.
Yes.
And I have my own reasons.
Yes.
His supporters have their own reasons, but I also have my right to speak out. Yes. I consider him totally unsuitable.
Where Kikuyu promised Ruto votes in 2022, I do not know in which meeting. Uhuru is an individual. Yeah, he's the same person who is telling us otherwise today. Yeah, he's not ready for this man, to be very sincere.
The group that consists of former politicians from the region has been meeting secretly to strategize how to neutralize the influence of the deputy president in the region. The leaders who drive themselves inconspicuously or move with a few trusted aides have been meeting at the homes of prominent politicians and business tycoons to avoid the attention of spies.
You have heard even people from Kalenjin land cry for him having interfered with their system of farming, and especially with the maize farming. That one is into black and white. I don't think in any way there is anything wrong with us telling people why it is dangerous to have Ruto as the president of this nation.
With the fact that Ruto still enjoys support from the larger Mount Kenya region, pundits argue that does not guarantee him the presidency until the region votes for him up to the last man.
If they don't turn out beyond 80-something%, he will still not win. So it is critical that not only should the Kikuyu and the Mount Kenya region support Ruto 100%, but that 100% is not enough. It must be amplified by the turnout.
We would want to have a stake in the next government. That is not that's not something we're going to compromise. We must get value for our votes. We have, without any apology.
I wish them well. They lost in last general election. And as we continue, we'll see what will come out of their small union. But for me, I look like it's rent-seeking and a cheap way of making political comeback and relevance.
Given that President Uhuru Kenyatta still remains the region's political kingpin, and that currently there is no apparent heir, many believe the decision that he will make come 2022 will have a major political bearing.
If you curtail him, if you push Ruto, if you do bad things to Ruto and you are a Uhuru or the Uhuru allies, it could boomerang it could be counterproductive for the handshake team, because then that works in Ruto's favor. People perceive him to be the underdog, the man who is being betrayed.
We are politicians. We know what is best for this country. Uhuru has only one head. Why should he tell us what to do? He cannot tell us what to do. Remember, he might make a decision to support a certain individual who is not right for this country. We will tell him no. Take it from me.
However, his detractors agree that Ruto is not a pushover, and given his huge financial muscle and a strong network at the grassroots level, they are planning to register a political party as an alternative to Jubilee ahead of the polls. Chris Dairu, KTN News.